Okay, let's dive into this. If you're running a business in India, I'm willing to bet you've asked this question. What does it really cost to advertise on LinkedIn? So today, we're going to break down the numbers, the why behind them, and how you can get the most out of every single rupee you spend. This is the million rupee question, isn't it? It's what every single marketing manager, every business owner wants to know before they put their budget on the line. So let's forget the guesswork. We're going to look at the actual data. And let's just get this out of the way right up front. Yes, LinkedIn ads are generally more expensive than what you'll see on other social platforms. But this whole conversation is really about a trade-off, a higher cost for a much, much higher value audience. But before we even get to the price tag, we have to ask a more important question. Why are businesses willing to pay this premium in the first place? What's the secret sauce that makes LinkedIn such a powerhouse for B2B? The real power here, it's all about precision. On other platforms, you might be targeting based on interests. Here, you're targeting actual job titles, specific levels of seniority, even the exact company they work for. It's the difference between, hoping a decision maker sees your ad and making absolutely sure they do. And we're not talking about some small niche group here. We're talking about a massive audience of over 100 million professionals right here in India. These are people who are already in a business mindset, actively looking for solutions and industry insights. Okay, so now we get the why. So let's get to the how much. It's time to get into the nitty-gritty and look at the estimated costs for running these ads in India as we head into 2025. So the cost really depends on how you decide to show up. Text ads, as you can see, are your most affordable entry point, great for broad reach. But if you want to land directly in a professional's inbox with a message ad, well, you're paying a premium for that direct access. And sponsored content, that often hits the sweet spot right in the middle because it appears so naturally in the feed where people are already scrolling. But it's not just about the ad format, right? Your industry plays a huge role. I mean, just look at how competitive sectors like technology and SaaS have the highest cost per click. And why is that? Well, it's because everyone in those fields is competing for the very same high-value decision makers, and that just drives the auction price way up. Those averages we just looked at, they're just a starting point. Your actual cost isn't set in stone. It's something you can influence. There are 5 key levers you can pull to control your spending, so let's break them down. Now, we've already touched on ad format, but believe me, these other 4 factors are just as crucial in deciding what you'll end up paying. Okay, this is one of the most important things to get your head around. If you're targeting a really broad audience, yeah, your cost will be lower. But if you want to reach, say, marketing managers in Indian SaaS startups, you're now competing in a smaller, much more valuable auction pool. And that kind of precision, it just comes at a higher price. It also really comes down to what you're asking someone to do. If your goal is just simple awareness, LinkedIn can show your ad to tons of people for a low cost. But if you want a high-value action, like someone actually filling out a lead gen form, you're asking more of them. And that premium interaction comes with a premium price tag. Makes sense, right? Then there's the question of how you pay. With manual bidding, you're in the driver's seat. You set the absolute ceiling. With automated bidding, you're kind of handing the keys over to LinkedIn's AI. Now, it can be super effective, but you do trade some control for that convenience, and the costs can be a bit less predictable if you don't set some limits. Okay, so understanding the cost drivers, that's half the battle. Now, let's get practical. How can you use this knowledge to spend smarter and actually lower your costs? Here are 5 actionable ways to optimize that budget. Think of this as your optimization playbook. The main idea here is to reduce friction and risk. You reduce friction with things like native lead gen forms, so people don't even have to leave the site. And you reduce risk by starting small with test budgets, really refining your audience, you're not wasting money, and setting bid caps so you don't get any nasty surprises. It's all about starting smart before you scale up. And just to make that advice even more real for you, here's a number to work with. You do not need a massive budget to get going. A test campaign budget of 10 to 15,000 rupees is often more than enough to gather the data you need to see if an audience is working before you decide to pour more money into it. So, we've looked at the why, the what, and the how. Now it's time for the final verdict. After everything we've seen, is advertising on LinkedIn actually worth the investment for your business in India? This quote really just gets right to the heart of it. Yes, LinkedIn costs more. But if you're a B2B company, the power to reach the exact right professionals with a high-value product or service makes that cost a smart investment, not just another expense. Ultimately, it all comes down to this. With the right strategy, the right targeting, and the right creative, LinkedIn has the potential to be an absolute game changer. So the question you should be asking now isn't just, what does it cost, but what's the potential return? Your most profitable channel could be just one campaign away.